Om. 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 स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हि या सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेक अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे। Think deeply about your real nature. Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Niranjana. That is your Swabhavam, your real nature. Nitya is eternal. Shuddha is pure. Buddha is enlightened. Mukta free. Niranjana, no stain. Send positive thoughts, peaceful thoughts, pure thoughts, healthy thoughts to all people living in the east, west, north, south, in all directions, known and unknown people, and to entire nature, thinking that they're all your own self. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaः, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhabhag bhavet. Om asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amrutangamaya. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Tapobhikshina-papanam Shantanam Vitaraginam Mumukshunam Apekshoyam Atmabodho Vidhiyate. Tapobhikshina-papanam Shantanam Vitaraginam Mumukshunam Apekshoyam Atmabodho Vidhiyate. Now let us recite 10 shlokas starting from 11 to 20. 11th shloka to 20 shloka parayana. Those who don't have the book, see the neighbor's book. If you know by memory, well and good. Otherwise, better see and chant. 11. Panchīkrita Mahabhuta Sambhavam Karma Sanchitam Shariram Sukha Dukkhana Bhoghayatana Muchyate. Pancha Prana Mano Buddhi Dashendriya Samanvitam Apanchīkrita Bhutotham Sukshmangam Bhoga Sadhanam Anadya Vidya Nirvachya Karanopadhiruchyate. Upaditritaya Danyaha Atmanamavadharayet. Panchakoshadi Yogena Tattanmaya Ivastitaha Shuddhatma Nilavastradi Yogena Sfatiko Yatha Vapustu Shadibih Koshaihi Yuktam Yuktiyavaghatataha Atmanamantaram Shuddham Vivichya Tandulam Yatha Sada Sarvagato Pyatma Na Sarvatrava Bhasate बुद्धावेवावभासेत स्वच्छेषु प्रतिबिम्बवत् देहेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिः प्रकृतिभ्यो विलक्षणम् तद्वृत्तिसाक्षिणं विद्यात् आत्मानं राजवत्सदा व्यापृतेष्विन्द्रियेष्वात्मा व्यापारी वा विवेकिना दृश्यते भ्रेषु धावत्सु धावन्निव यथा शशी आत्मचैतन्यमाश्रित्य देहेन्द्रियमनोधियः स्वक्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्ते सूर्यलोकं यथा जनाः देहेन्द्रियगुणान् कर्मान् अमले सच्चिदात्मनि अध्यस्यन्त्यविवेकेन गगने नीलतादिवत्. Yes, 11 to 20 recited, all dealing with the upadhis of the over the Atman, coverings over the Atman, and what is not the upadhis is the Atman. First telling the negative, then coming to the positive. Last class we were dealing with Sloka number 65 about the ignorance or the blind man not able to see the sun just because it is clouded. When the sun is not seen because of the clouds which are temporary, the ignorant say there is no sun. So, drishyad sarvagam sachidatmanam. Atman is reality, it is the consciousness, it is present everywhere. Sarvagam. One who can see the Atman, which is the reality, which is consciousness, which is pure. Gnana chakshur nirikshate. Eye of wisdom. In another language, divine eyes. Pure eyes. Not this skin eyes, charma chakshu. With this charma chakshu, mamsa chakshu, we can see only the matter. We cannot see the subtlety of the situation. So, Bhagavan says, Sarvagam Sachidatmanam Gnana Chakshuhu Nirikshate. Then he says, go outside. Sit backside last. Don't come front. Last la kucham. No. Sit back. Take the book and go. Inconsistent. Now second line. Agnana chakshur neksheta na iksheta. Agnana chakshu na iksheta bhasvantam bhanumandhavat. Gnana chakshur niriksheta, he sees. Agnana chakshuhu na iksheta, he cannot see. Why? His vision is obscured by ignorance. He cannot see the radiant Atman. Now what is that ignorance? There are so many points. We have to identify in which station we are stuck up, in which level we are. Are we able to see the divine? Are we able to feel the divine? Are we able to recognize the divine? In me, in everybody, everywhere. Sarvagam. First one, he says, the person whose wisdom is not prepared. You are hungry, there are no vegetables in the house, but still you cry, I am hungry, I am hungry. You have not prepared yourself for the removal of the hunger. Again you are doing same mistake. Go backside. Don't disturb the class, please. The person whose wisdom is not prepared to be sharp enough, unless you go to the market and buy the vegetables and dress the vegetables, wash the vegetables, how can you cook? So the preparation is missing. Because he is not prepared, the ignorant man cannot see or his mind is not sharp enough to grasp the truth. Manda buddhi, agnana buddhi. Next point, ignorance. One who has not developed in himself the eye of wisdom. It is his sadhana matters. It is his concentration that matters. It is his tapas that matters. To remove the agnana, cataract, glaucoma, all other eye problems, and develop that eye of wisdom. Remove the cover, discover. So that preparation also, if it is not there, it will be only agnana chakshu. Third, who is not discriminative enough to reject the unreal from the real, nitya anitya vastu viveka. If that is not there, our life will be only materialistic. Matter, matter, matter. We cannot go 1 inch beyond matter, which is the hidden truth. Fourth, ignorant person is one whose mind is not pure. All the Shadripus are violent, active, and put him into impurity, garbage. Ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhihi, sattva shuddhau dhruva smritihi, smruter lambhe sarvagrantinam vipramokshaha. The food is not pure. Mind cannot be pure. If the mind is not pure, the memory power of truth will not stick in the mind. It will be floating away. If at all that memory power is strong, smrute lambhe, and it is sustainable, it is continuous. It's not just for 1 day or 2 days. Purity. Smrute lambhe. What will happen to him? To the seeker. Sarva granthina vipra mokshaha. Chandogya Upanishad advice. For the mumukshu, for the vipra. Who is a vipra? Seeker. Sadhaka. For him, the karma phala, the gnana phala is sarvagrantinam mokshaha. Free from the bonds, free from the knots. ముడులు వేసుకొని కూర్చొని ఉన్నాము. గ్రంథి అంటే టైట్. We have tied ourselves to this samsara. What is unreal has become real for us. Because the mind is not pure. Mind is not prepared. Mind does not have the viveka buddhi, viveka sadhana. Next, fifth problem. Who has not the serene light of knowledge, who has not the serene light of knowledge within him to illuminate his right judgment. Earlier when we chanted, one of the shlokas says, Pratibimbavat. Word is pratibimba, reflection. The sun's reflection, sun's rays cannot reflect anything on this wooden table. Can reflect on a neat and clean and a pure mirror. So our mind should be so pure that reflection will be there. But here, there is no reflection. Because the mind is avivekam, covered. Earlier classes I told, it's a triangle, triputi. Problem is triputi, tripod. One is mala, malinyam, dirt, garbage. Second is what you call avarana, covering, thick covering. Third is the storm in the mind, the tsunami in the mind, the cyclone in the mind. The ship will go out of the track. It will take long time for that to come back to the sea route, because the captain is deluded. He is not able to see the compass properly. So here the point is, who has not the serene knowledge with him to illuminate his right judgment, is covered, dark covering. Next point is, that ignorant man who cannot see the truth is, he does not have sufficient tapas to acquire ishtanishtha. He does not have sufficient tapas, austerity, simple living, high thinking, oneness of his thought and his speech. What is tapas? Physical austerity is one. Second is manasika tapas. Third is vak tapas, 17th chapter Gita. First is sharirika tapas, which has to be done physically. Second is manasika tapas. Third is vak tapas. Then Shankaracharya uses or refers to another great scripture and says, Manasascha indriyanam cha aikagram tapa uchyate. Manasascha indriyanam cha aikagram. What is tapas? The unity, the oneness, the balance between indriya and manas. What is manas? Deciding factor. What is indriya? The acting factor. Somebody has to act. Somebody has to take up the responsibility. The indriyas take the responsibility. But somebody has to decide what the indriyas have to do. That is the manas, decision maker. Is it right or wrong? Can I do it or not? If you have decided, then do it. If you are sure, if you are convinced of your ability to do it, do it. Don't change the decision. Not for 1 day, 2 days, 4 days, 5 days. It is your habit. Simple example I keep telling students. Decide today what time I can get up tomorrow morning. Rain or shine, winter or summer. What time I can get up. Not what time I should get up. Should is a compulsion. Should is a imposition. You should, mother tells, father tells. Because there is an emergency, you have to go. Ante, no second choice. But I can get up, whether work is there or not. I have my own routine. I can, ability. Once you have decided, stick to it. That Holy Mother says, be very, very serious with tapas. One day she had a headache, she was not feeling well, she slept. Could not get up at 3 o'clock or 3:30, normally she used to do. Second day slept, third day slept, 1 week slept. Then she realized, Manas is cheating me. Is taking me away from my sadhana. for my routine. 8th day she said, nothing doing. You have to get up. She imposed. Then it became again habit. Then she learnt and told her disciples, see, one day I gave leave to the mind, it took 7 days casual leave. It just went away somewhere. Sleep, 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 sleep. Tapas gone. See, not sufficient tapas. He may be doing, but not sufficient. Quantity and quality is not there. To do what? To acquire ishtanishtha, steadfastness in knowledge, steadfastness in his ishtha. Hold on to that goal. So, such an unprepared seeker. Quick revision, number 1, whose wisdom is not prepared, who has not developed in himself the eye of wisdom. Third, who has not discriminative enough to reject the unreal from the real. 4, whose mind is not pure. 5, who has not the serene light of knowledge within him to illuminate his right judgment. Next, not sufficient tapas to acquire ishtanishtha. The 6 points come under one category, ajnana jakshur na ikshate. Then, such an unprepared seeker cannot readily experience the presence of the eternal self as his own true nature. Sarvagam sachidatmanam na iksheta. He cannot see the sachidatmanam everywhere or anywhere. One who is not refined from the scriptural standpoint, Shastra Pramana, Bhagavad Gita Pramana, Vedanta Pramana. This is the reference. Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter. Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, Value of Values. Bhagavad Gita, Sitapragna Lakshana section. Bhagavad Gita, 12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga section. All these are our pramanas. This, are you having this? Then you are eligible, you are capable, you are qualified for Gnana Chakshu. And this has to be Nirantara Nitya, constantly and regularly. Then he says, Na iksheta. Why? Because he has superficial observation. The depth psychology is not there. He is just a good man. He goes to temples, he does his puja, he does his parayanam. That's all. That spirit of inquiry, that plunging into knowledge which comes next sloka, is missing. But all are good at the superficial level. That is why those ignorant people are losers of freedom, losers of moksha, losers of ananda. Always be suffering. And what is the opposite? Brahman, the supreme consciousness, the divine consciousness. What is its nature? Its nature is Shuddha Chaitanya. Sri Ramakrishna was above all this. Shuddha Sattvika. And he is Shuddha Chaitanya. Who can experience that divinity, that consciousness? Only by the one who has obtained the Gnana Chakshu, which is also considered to be a blessing by the Guru. Guru Krupanjana payo mere bhai, Rama bina kachu janat nahi. Obtain that grace. Guru, Kripa, Anjana. Anjana means Katika. Then you can see Rama everywhere. Ekanath Swami writes. Jagat Rama, Sobat Rama. Jahan mein dekho, Rama hi Rama. Anytime is Rama. Not just in meditation, not just in a temple. Jagat Rama, Sobat Rama. Sapne mein dekho, Rama hi Rama. Nidralonu Ramude. So the Vedantin sees consciousness everywhere. So, example, a simple example they give. Every part of the body is different. Even 5 fingers are different. Size is different. Their utility is different. But they're all connected to one point, the brain. All connected by nerves. Signals come. Sensory nerves, motor nerves, ityadi. And they are working. They are flexible. They are like Pancha Pandavas. Each different from the other, but all together. Suppose the thumb quarrels with the little finger, what will happen? Thumb is very important. He is the captain. We say like this, thumbs up. And that quarrels with the ring finger, or the middle finger, or the index finger. Or index finger will quarrel with the... It is called, in medical terminology, Parkinson disease. Because it is not under control. Signals are coming, but organs are under strike. You cannot hold it, it will be shaking, shivering. It will fall down. So the coordination. Every part of the body is different. What do you call this? Hand. What do you call this? Left hand. Left leg, right leg. The trunk, the neck, head. In that head, so many departments. This external, inside, so many departments. Department. It all what we call human body. One word. Human body. This is not human body. This is only a part of the human body, right hand. But without this, what do we say? He is disabled, differently abled. But meaning is the same. Leg is paralyzed. But the body is there. One part, one full unit. So, every part of the body is different in their position, action and name. But what is our experience? All the parts are called the human body. The one unit, the whole. So by Gnana Chakshu, we go deeper, not the physical body. We go to the consciousness. We understand the same consciousness. Ekameva nadvitiyam Brahma. Ghatagata Purana Eka Niranjana. The same consciousness expresses itself as a speaker, as a listener. It's the same consciousness which is speaking, which is listening. Stita Prajna Lakshana of Sloka. Second line after Arjuna's question, how to understand Stita Prajna. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmanyev atmana tushtaha. Atmanyev atmana tushtaha. He is satisfied in the Atman, by the Atman. Uddhared atmanatmanam. Raise yourself by yourself, like that. Some examples come in the scriptures. So, the understanding is not corrupted because he has got Gnana Chakshu. No corruption, no pollution, no dilution, no misunderstanding. Everything is crystal clear, well arranged. The understanding is not corrupted by the perception. For example, another example. The sun is rising, the sun is setting. That's our normal language, is not? Suryodayam avutundi, Suryastam avutundi. Ekkada avutundi Surya? Ade Suryastam. Manam tirutunnam gondranka. We are going round and round and round. That's why Suryodayam, now Suryastam. Sun is steady. So all the actions are going on around that sun only. So around the Atman, all work is going on. That is steady. And Krishna says in the 10th chapter Gita, everything because of me. In the last chapter also he says, everything because of me. That consciousness. The reality is the sun never rises, the sun never sets. That clarity will come of working of the Atman. Now, next sloka, number 66. Please repeat. Shravanadhibiruddeeptaha Gnanagniparitapitaha Jivas sarvamalan muktaha Swarnavadyotate swayam Shravanadhibiruddeeptaha Gnanagniparitapitaha Jivas sarvamalan muktaha Swarnavadyotate swayam. Watch the lines carefully. Shravanadibihi uddeeptaha. That is how we split. Shravanadibihi uddeeptaha. What is Shravana? Listening and Adi. Shravanadi. What are three things in Vedanta? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Shravanadibihi. Along with Shravana and other things, listening to the scriptures, something is kindled. Something is struck. The spark is lighted up. Shravanadibihi uddeeptaha. Next he says, Gnana Agni Paritapitaha. Beautiful words and a very important idea, very powerful idea towards the end of the Atma Bodha. Shravanadibihi uddeeptaha. So all three are very, very important. What is uddeeptaha? Gnanagni Paritapitaha. The fire of knowledge in the heat of which Gnanagnihi Paritapita. Tapa is heat. Surya Pratapa we tell. Powerful rays of the sun. Knowledge is like that. Third sentence. Jivaha sarvamalam muktaha. Jivaha sarvamalam muktaha. He is freed from all impurities. All dust thrown out. All garbage burnt. Sarvamalam. Not just one or two. Next. Like what? Swarnavad Dyotate swayam. Like the gold which is melted, purified, becomes very, very pure gold, very costly, by melting, by heating. The solid gold becomes liquid gold. Then that liquid gold is given a akaram, which we call a bangle, which we call a necklace, which we call a ring, by different names. So most important thing here all of you should note down is the Gnanaphalam is described. What will you get if you follow this Gnana Chakshu, Divya Chakshu, Shravana Manana, Nididhyasana? ఏమొస్తుంది మీకు? ఏమి లాభం? ఏమి ప్రయోజనం? ఏమి ఫలం? ఏమి యుటిలిటీ? ప్రశ్నలు రావచ్చు. You may get questions. What is it to me? Today is the age of utility. నాకేమి లాభం? నీకు ఇస్తే నాకేమి లాభం? And when I meet students and hear other places, one question, very, very ordinary, super, ఏముందిలే భగవద్గీతలో ఏముందిలే. Everything has become ఏముందిలే business. Grip is missing. Grip of what? Fire of knowledge. Gnana Agni. Shankara was full of that fire of knowledge. At the age of 16, he completed writing all the commentaries to the Upanishads, Brahma Sutras. And the next 16 years, he is spreading the message of Vedanta from Himalayas to Sringeri. A fire of knowledge. Sarvamalan Muktaha. Today, what is the mala? The frustrations, the depression, the suicides, the crimes, the lust, the greed. The sarva mala. Where is it coming? From matter. So, Gnana Phalam is discussed here. What are you going to get? You'll get so much. Sarva mala muktaha. Don't you want to sleep happily? Don't you want to lead a happy life? You want to purchase always? You want to borrow always? Today, so much of Agnanam, even sleep also people have forgotten. So sleeping tablet shops are very, very busy. They are earning a lot of money because of the educated people. So, Gnanaphalam is discussed like what? Example, impurities in gold will make it dull. If there are impurities in gold, rolled gold. Value is less. If it is purified, it gets back its shine of gold. Even a small thing as a brass pot, Sri Ramakrishna says, he learned from his guru Totapuri. Totapuri was rubbing the vessels, brass vessels, with Chintapandu, tamarind, with all that polish. Said, why are you doing that, master? Then Totapuri says, my son, this is example of my mind. My mind is like a brass pot. Mind is like a brass pot. What are we doing? Polishing. Brass pot, we use it, it becomes dull, becomes greasy. Will we throw it? Will we break it? No. Polish it, wash it. All that grossness, all that dirt will disappear, will be washed out. And little polish, brasso. There is a polish called brasso. Take it and apply. Give a nice varnish shining. Then Sri Ramakrishna is also asking, and he is telling that in the gospel. He says, should we do it every day, every week? Is it not a boring job? Going on, purifying, cleaning. Yes, it is a boring job. But you have to keep the mind fresh and pure. But there is a condition. If the brass pot is gold plated, if it is gold plated, then every day or every week washing is not necessary. Only once a year is enough. The gold will be remaining gold, pure gold. So similarly is the case of the Jiva. Similarly the case of the Jiva, bound in this body. The original shine is darkened. The original shine is darkened by the impurities. Just like the fire is used for purifying gold, the fire of knowledge is used to purify the Jivatma. Just remove that Agnanam. Remove that. That is the sadhana. Gnana Agni. Fire of knowledge. What fire of knowledge? Of the Atman, Atma BODHA. Here, Example of gold and melting and purifying. Take it deeper. Gold is consciousness. It is mixed with impurities of vasanas and avivekam, ignorance. Ajnanam, whatever name you call. Through rigorous sadhana, the raw gold has to be smelted. The raw gold has to be smelted, totally purified. Rigorous sadhana is required over a prolonged period, no doubt. All impurities will disappear and you will get back the original happiness, the original ananda. Today it is all reflected ananda, duplicate ananda. Ours is not original ananda. Either we borrow it, we purchase it, and think because of our avivekam, it is original. So, how is that fire? The word used here beautifully is paritapitaha, gnana agni paritapitaha. How is it possible? Again go back to the first tense. Shravanadibihi. Shravana, manana, nididhyasana. Shravana and manana gives you conviction, gives you faith. Gives you faith. Faith is very, very important in sadhana. Shastreshu, Guruvakyeshu, Vishvasu Shraddha. Have faith in the words of the Guru, in the words of the scriptures. One word from the Guru. The disciple has to have faith. Do this something. So sometimes it can be blind faith initially, afterwards it becomes a natural faith. Shravana manana gives you conviction. And nididhyasana, it becomes a habit. Please remember this, very important. By Shravana and Manana, you are convinced of the truth. By listening and thinking. By meditating and practicing, what will you get? Emotional imbalance will reduce. Or it will be removed. The ajnana or the ignorance of the Atman and thinking that I am the body will also reduce. I am the body is ajnana. Then there will be another problem, samshaya. These are mental aberrations. Samshaya. What is samshaya? Lack of conviction. Because there are some people in society, they think Vedanta is all theory. Vedanta is hypothesis. Vedanta is not practical. That's why Swamiji took the effort of calling his 4 lectures in London as practical Vedanta lectures. Not that Vedanta is not practical, but he understood that people are thinking that it is not practical. Title of the lectures is Anushtana Vedantam in Telugu. Acharaniya Vedantam, practical Vedanta, which can be, which was, which will be practiced. Not theory. Not one example in Vedanta is impractical. So that is also created, samshaya. And there is another problem, viparyaya, lack of conviction, or samshaya and viparyaya. What is viparyaya? Misperception. What is misperception? Wrong knowledge or false knowledge, where something is understood as the opposite of what it truly is. Viparyaya. I repeat this point. Viparyaya means false knowledge or wrong knowledge. Vedadic terms ivanni. Then, where something is understood as the opposite of what truly is. It can also mean inversion, reversal, change for the worse. Viparyaya. Such as mistaken exchange of objects or ideas. Common example which again and again came. When the clouds are moving, the ignorant fellow, child or children think the moon is moving. When the full moon is there and the clouds are moving because of the wind, Amma, Chandamama ekkadiko vellipotundi. Ignorance. Chandamama veltale. Dani munduna meghalu veltunnayi. But ajnanam, papa. Children feel moon is going fast. They are going by train, we ourselves feel. Everything flying away. Trees, buildings, people, vehicles. Afterwards we see we are going forward. The speed creates that inversion, false knowledge. Or rope and a snake. And when these three are eliminated, what are the three? Ashraddha, Viparyaya, Samshaya. When these three are eliminated, then the jiva does not get ananda from outside, but is always happy, contented, and never missing anything in life. Absolutely Nityam Ananda Murtim. I am full of joy, I am full of joy, I am Ananda itself. There is nothing separate from me. I am happiness. I am bliss. More in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.